Hi guys, today's makeup look is inspired by the Laker colors, R.I.P to Kobe and Giana. Okay, so I start with the bare face as always, and because I have dry skin, I go ahead in with my 24K Gold facial oil, and I just go ahead and put it on my forehead, my cheeks, and my chin, and make sure I just rub it in and make sure it's all over my face so I can have a good base to start with before I apply any makeup. Okay, so then I go ahead with my 24-hour waterproof eyeliner in brown, which I use as an eyebrow pencil. I like using the ones that twist up because it's easier. You don't have to worry about looking for a pencil sharpener. So my eyebrow pencils will always be that type. So I go ahead and just do my eyebrows. I fill them in first and kind of get the shape that I want. And then once I do that, I go ahead and do the other one and then apply my concealer to fix any mistakes that I have. And right now, I need my eyebrows waxed. So yeah, my eyebrows need to be done extremely bad. So I just go back and forth until I get that desired shape that I'm looking for. It does not have to be perfect because you're going to clean up anything that you want to clean up using the Pro Concealer. And I actually use the LA Girl Pro Conceal in Cool Tan for all of my concealer needs. I apply it under the eyebrow first, and that's just to cover up like the little hairs that have grown back in after it's been waxed, and then I go ahead and apply it above my eyebrow just to make it look even more clean, cleaner. And then I just buff it out with my concealer brush. So you just want to make sure it's all buffed out evenly. The concealer brush that I use is from Amazon. I will link that below in the description. It was like a set of, I believe, 24 brushes or something like that. So yeah, I'll just link that below. But I use like the medium size flat brush to blend out my concealer. And I use that for any spot conceals I have to do after I put my foundation on as well. And if you made any mistakes, you can just go right back over your brows with the eyebrow pencil and fill it in and make sure the shape is exactly how you want it to be. Sometimes when you're brushing using the concealer brush, it could kind of make your eyebrow uneven or kind of wipe it off a little bit with the concealer. So yeah, I just go back over it with my eyebrow pencil and fix it. And then I would use my little eyebrow brush spoolie to just buff out the lines. And I want to have that ombre look in the front. I don't never want it to be too harsh. So I just brush my eyebrows into place, and there you go. Next, I'm just going to put some of the concealer on my eyelids because I want to make sure my eyeshadow pops. So I just go ahead and put it on the lid and buff it out with the concealer brush just to give my eyelids a nice even color. So when I put the eyeshadow on, it stays in place and the pigment is showing up really good. Next, I'm going to go in with my Profusion Mirage palette. I'm going to use the two purple colors, starting with the lightest purple first. And I'm going to put that in the crease of my eyelid. And then after that, I will go in with the next shade of purple and put that underneath the purple shade that I put on first. And I don't really have a defined cut crease, so I just go ahead and apply the eyeshadow where I think it should go. That's about the best way I can describe it. You just go back and sweep back and forth just to blend it out. You don't want to have any harsh lines, especially when you're applying the first round of eyeshadow. Right here, I'm actually going in with that second purple color, and it's making it look a little more pink than I like. So I actually go in with another palette, which I will show later in the video when I do the under eye, but I want it to be a little bit more on the darker side. So I go in with a darker purple from another palette from Ruby Kisses. Yeah, so I'm just going to apply it right on top of the eyeshadow that I've already applied, and it looks better already. This is more the color I was looking for because the liquid colors are not pink. So I go in with this purple, which is a matte purple, and it looks exactly like I wanted it to look. Okay, so to get the gold color that I'm looking for, I go back in with the eyeshadow palette that I was using before and use the gold color with a smaller brush, and I go in and just put the gold right there in the middle. I wasn't wanting to do too much of it. I just wanted to pop right there in the middle of my eyelid. So I put it on a couple of times just to get that pigment really good, and then I'm going to go over it actually with another type of eyeshadow. So I'm going to use my Nika K Radiant Liquid eyeshadow, and that's going to make that gold just stand out a little bit more. It's actually going to, it has a little bit of glitter in it, so it's going to give that gold a little bit of a shimmer, and it makes it pop even more. And I just apply it with the applicator brush that comes with on the top, and there you go. And any mistakes I have, I just go ahead and blend with my eyeshadow brush that I was using, and just make sure everything is even. And also make sure it dries, because it is wet, but it dries really fast though. Here I'm just taking the purple shadow that I was using before and go over my eyelid just to blend out any harsh lines between the gold and the purple eyeshadow. Next, I will be using my NYX NYX liquid eyeliner in vinyl. This one, it has a little bit of a shimmer to it. Not necessarily a shimmer. It's kind of like, how can I explain it? It's not like the matte one that I used before. It's vinyl, so it has that patent leathery finish. That's the best way I can say it. It's not as drying. It's kind of wet. That's the only way I can describe it. But anyway, I start from the outer corners of my eyelid, and that's the easiest way for me to do my wing. I didn't do a dramatic one for this look because the eyeshadow is really what I wanted to focus on. So I just did a thin line, and that's going to be just enough for you to see when I put my lashes on. When it comes to the wing, it just takes practice. I've been doing it for a long time, so I know how I wanted mine to look. Just have a steady hand, and starting from the outside in kind of is what works for me. That's how I've been doing it this whole time. So now I'm just going to go into my foundation, I'm going to mix the concealer with a CoverGirl foundation. I just put it all over my face. I don't do too much because I'm not looking for a heavy makeup look. And I use my CoverGirl Outlast foundation, and that kind of lasts all day. It stays in place. It doesn't really rub off too much, and I just go in between the concealer, and then I go ahead and blend it all out with my big oval makeup brush. This makeup brush is nice and soft, and it blends out everything perfectly. I also got this from Amazon, and I will link it below. I can't remember the name of it, but yeah, I'll link it below with the other brushes that I use. Next, I'm going to go back in with my concealer that I used before, which is the LA Girl Concealer, the first one in Cool Tan. And I just do a couple little spot areas where I have some dark spots. And then I go ahead and blend it out with my overbrush. And also I will put it over my lip just to give my lips a nice defined look when I put my lipstick on. Alright, so I'll go in and do my under eyes with the LA Girl Concealer in Cool Tan. I always use whatever I use on my brows as my concealer for my entire face. So for this look, I'm just going to do a little bit more of a contour. And I'll just go under my eyes and blend it out with my flat concealer brush. It's a little bit bigger than the one I used for my eyebrows, and it came in the same makeup brush kit that I got from Amazon. So I just use that, and sometimes when you use that brush, it kind of leaves streaks. So I blend it out with my fingers, but if I was on a client, I would blend it out with a beauty blender. I just like using the brush because it kind of gets in the creases a little bit better instead of using the beauty blender. So I'm going to go ahead with my Maybelline Fit Me finishing powder, and because the LA Girl Concealer kind of tends to crease, I just put that powder on immediately after I do it, just to make sure that that part will not be creasing up throughout the day and it stays in place.